I would like to say we have only written a machine learning algorithm for a very huge company to for scrutinizing the resumes. There are job openings in the market as of now also, even we are hiring people, but we don't find the right candidate for the position where he is able to handle that task or handle multiple tasks at a time. As we know, algorithm trained for different companies on different models on different data which they have. So definitely you'll find a difference of 5 to 10% in each algorithm of the ATS. I started learning about data analytics. I started learning about different things into lockdown and then entered the job market immediately after the lockdown had reopened. So I had a small thing in mind, being a lazy guy, being a lazy tech guy, I wanted to do something for the lazy people out there. But they are only focused about understanding and getting that certificate for their future reference or their career growth. But no one is much more interested about understanding what the company is facing, how are they solving the problems about data, how are they writing critical measures or critical queries to solve that. And definitely I would not suggest getting any fake experience letters because that is a crime, and even if you get to understand that or if the company finds it out, then you will be struggling with that legal battles and everything.
I am super excited to introduce our guest, Mr. Aditya Bapat, a talented data professional from Pune, Maharashtra, who is here to share his incredible journey and practical advice for anyone looking to break into the world of data. Aditya wears many hats. He is a data scientist, analyst, and engineer with expertise in Python, SQL, Azure, and more. With a master's in data science from BITS Pilani and a bachelor's in computer engineering, he spent over 3 years as an analytical consultant at InfraBeat Technologies, solving business problems with data-driven solutions. But Aditya isn't just about data. He is also a state-level basketball champion, recognized as the best player and sportsman of the year. Talk about balancing brain and teamwork. Today, we will dive into job application tips, beating the ATS system, transitioning from a non-tech background into tech, choosing the right course and mentor, and actionable advice for aspiring data professionals. Whether you are starting out or looking to level up, this episode is packed with golden insights. Let's give warm welcome to Aditya. Hey, hi Aditya sir, how are you?
Hi Chaitanya, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How's you doing? Everything going well?
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Going good.
First of all, I would like to thank you for accepting the invitation and coming to my podcast and giving your time for this podcast.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me as well.
Yes, yes. So, sir, first question I want to know that can you share us about your educational journey and professional background so far?
So my educational background is I have completed my engineering in computer science from Siergad Academy of Engineering, and later on I have completed a post graduation course in data analytics and engineering, and recently I completed my MTech in data science from Birla Institute of Technology. To talk about my professional career, I started as a Android developer back in 2017. Then later on, I started my career as an SAP ABAP developer, where SAP is a system, enterprise resource planning system, and then moved my career to into data analytics in InfraBeat technology itself. So right now, I'm currently working at InfraBeat only.
Yes, yes, it's great to know about your professional journey and educational journey so far. So, sir, I want to know that how this job is beneficial for your professional growth. You are doing the job in this company. So, how do you think that this job will be a good in professional growth for in next 5 years for you?
Yes, sir. So this company is a SAP based company. So with SAP, nowadays analytics comes hand in hand with each and every tool which companies are using. So being a mid-scale company, our company size is around 700 to 800 employees, and we have got a division for analytics where I look after the analytics domain. I look after pre-sales. I look after delivery. So this company gives me a whole scope of how this work, how the business is done, how analytics exposure has been given to me completely in this company, and I look after everything from pre-sales, from the first point of contact to the last point till the delivery. So that is how. And looking forward for 5 years, this will give me a growth path where I am assuming a 10x 20x growth path in the coming 5 years, where I'll understand to run a complete division about analytics.
Yes, yes, yes. So, sir, what is your day-to-day job look like? So what you do actually at job? Can you please tell us?
So my work starts in the morning with the daily scrum calls, understanding each thing of the projects which are going on at InfraBeat under analytics. Later on, I look after some critical tasks or some end deliverables, some dates which are pending. So that has been taken care by me. In between, if we have got some critical, escalations or some part which is needs to be handled with care, or some critical data migration, some production movements was taken under my guidance. And the main part is, at times I have to also look after the pre-sales part. So if some new client is coming in, we have to onboard new clients. So that is being taken care by me.
Okay, okay. So, sir, also going through a LinkedIn profile, we noticed that you have done one publication that is about vocal code. Can you please tell us about the vocal code?
So yeah, that's a very different journey. Back in my engineering days, everyone was running behind some projects and all. So I had a small thing in mind. Being a lazy guy, being a lazy tech guy, I wanted to do something for the lazy people out there. So that was one of the motivation, and the second motivation was like, I remember how Mark Zuckerberg had written the code of Facebook. So that is when I remember his story. It was like he was in a party, and then he got to know about how to crack that thing, and he went into his at his place, and then he has written the code. So that is some gap which I think I found out in between. So that is how we tried to fix it. So our thing was a vocal code where the speech to text conversion was done by itself in the computer or in the processor. And the major part of this was it was locally available on anything. Let's say, for example, if you want to convert your code into your mobile, or you remember your code or some translation into your mobile, you just have to speak it into your mobile. There is an inbuilt compiler over here, and everything is being stored on the cloud. So even if you go back home, you'll have that code with you, and you can compile it at real time on the fly, even if you're waiting at an airport or anywhere you want to, in a party, anywhere. So we had built that natural language processing model at the backend, collecting data from friends, family, waiting in their societies for 10 hours for collecting the records. So connecting a database, because data is the most expensive thing, So collecting that was a major task, and then that is how we completed that project. We were at that time able to gain around 60% to 70% accuracy. We needed more funds for that, and some institutes were also ready to fund us for that. But that thing actually didn't. We didn't work on it ahead, and then we had done these publications into multiple theories, and one, I think so, couple of more publications have been done using our reference paper. So yes, that is about vocal code.
Okay. So, Aditya sir, moving towards our next point, that is about internship. When you entered in the industry and done the internship, that time is totally different. And today in 2025, you see lots of intern in your company and about their work. So, what are the primary mistakes the interns are doing in 2025, and how they can avoid that mistakes and be a good intern in the company and take the maximum knowledge from the company? What do you will suggest for them?
So, from what I can see, today's interns, or actually there are lot of difference between this time and the time when I was doing internships. So nowadays, companies also restrict interns to use some critical data, or at a point where the interns are restricted towards learning and development side only on the domain which they are interning. Back in my time, I was given some live projects, or I would say I was ready to take up these live projects, understand from my colleague what are they working into, find friends who are working on real time projects, and just try to get the info of how they are solving real time problems, what are the real time problems coming into their day to day life. That is a major course of action which each intern should take. Also nowadays, I see many interns coming into our organization, but they are only focused about understanding and getting that certificate for their future reference or their career growth. But no one is much more interested about understanding what the company is facing, how are they solving the problems about data, how are they writing critical measures or critical queries to solve that. So that is a major difference which I think so today's interns should look at.
Yes, yes. So, sir, can you share us the tips and tricks that are beneficial for the job application process and interview process? Because nowadays the market is too saturated, and even in 2025, that will be more saturated because of ATS system. that is integrated in every job role?
I would like to say we have only written a machine learning algorithm for a very huge company to for scrutinizing the resumes. So as everyone knows, we have to write up the jargons which they are using and everything. That is just until the screening process, which everything you'll find it on YouTube. What I would suggest is you need to increase your knowledge about counterparts of the domain. Let's say if you are being interviewed for Power BI developer, so you should also understand how the Power BI is getting connected, what are the type of connectors, or what are the source data available. Let's say if you are only interviewing for a single domain for Power BI, it is always better to understand multiple things out of it. How to integrate some different source systems, what are the how to open a network in that. So these are more things which a user or an interviewer would be looking at, which will just highlight you in that interview process, and you should be able to get that. There are job openings in the market as of now also, even we are hiring people, but if you don't find the right candidate for the position where he is able to handle that task or handle multiple tasks at a time, because companies nowadays don't look at a single profile. They need a profile from a end-to-end profile. You understand how to integrate systems, you understand how to generate the reports, and you understand how to deliver it and make the client also understand how this works. So yeah.
So, sir, at starting, you said that you have write one algorithm for the company about the job application process. So, nowadays, there are many websites on a Google platform. They are providing the ATS system or ATS score. Hey, they analyze our resume and or the CV, and they provide the score. So, how much we can trust on that website for our job application process? So, because they are charging the more money, so that worth it to invest in that website?
So it depends upon the type of websites you are referring to. Again, the algorithm behind that. So as we know, algorithm trained for different companies on different models on different data. So definitely you'll find a difference of 5 to 10% in each algorithm of the ATS. But yes, also if you have got some trusted sources and trusted websites, so that might be helpful. It's basically you use the jargons used in their JDs, and you understand what is their job description, what is the exact requirement, and then I think so the first screening process would be easy for you.
So, sir, as per my knowledge about the ATS system, they actually scan the job description and the skills or the relevant techniques that are available in our resume. What is the percentage of these matters in that, and also the grammatical mistakes?
So grammatical mistakes do matter, but the major thing over here on the all the algorithms which they are used is completely based on key value pairs. On the algorithm side, so they'll look for the key values and they'll find out the pairs in your resumes, and they'll just shortlist that using the current ATS models. And also I assume the final touch has been taken care by the HR also. So if you have got multiple things in your resume, if you have worked on multiple projects, if you have worked on if you have got more certifications with you, if you have got different projects done by yourself, you have got a strong data profile, so that can also be helpful after the initial screening.
Yeah, sir. Aditya sir, my next question is that many of the students are coming from a non-tech background and getting into the tech industry nowadays. They're doing many certification course, and even in India, there are many coachings who are providing this course. But not only providing this course, nowadays the experience really matters. No any fresher get hiring without experience, even in non-tech also. So there are some coachings who are providing the certificates or the experience letter or the other documents. Okay, so how that is good to get into the tech industry, because how that will be done the background check by the HR, or what is your point of view on this?
See, I would not suggest taking a fake experience letter at all. But yes, definitely these courses. So it depends actually how you're going to take insights from that course. A similar course I had done for my data analytics from post graduation. It was a similar course of 8 months. But what you take out of that is very much important. They will just give you a glimpse of all data, all the points about data analytics. But you need to deep dive in, understand, work on yourself, work on project on top of it, and then that will give you a fruitful out. So in my case, when I was studying for data analytics post graduation, they touched me for each and every topics. You would say Python, SQL, R, Power BI, Tableau, machine learning, deep learning, everything they had touched. But it was just a glimpse of that. So no course is going to be able to teach you all these things in 6 to 8 months, or I would say even 3 4 months courses are available nowadays. It's you who have to give more knowledge, or you have to deep dive in and understand how a model is trained, what is the statistics behind that, and everything. So that is very necessary and very important before going on to any course. And definitely I would not suggest getting any fake experience letters, because that is a crime. And even if you get to understand that, or if the company finds it out, then you will be struggling with that legal battles and everything. So that is not suggested at all.
Yeah, sir. So as we are point on the courses, okay, there are the many courses that are going to be published by the third party website like Coursera or Udemy, and even the software companies like Microsoft Power BI, Tableau, they are providing the course of their from their own website only, or the deep learning or AI. So what is you will suggest that when the non-tech person is choosing the course, which platform they should go first, which will be the beneficial for them?
I would suggest a mentorship course where you are able to talk to your mentor. May it be remote or in personal, is a way much better platform. Definitely Coursera and Udemy gives some add-on courses. See what I said in the earlier question. You need to understand these things on yourself in depth. But let's say if you are taking a course one to one, may it be online or offline. So you go to the mentor, he teaches you something. You come back home, you take a Udemy course for the same, and you understand those concepts, and then go cross question your mentor the next. So that is going to help you for your overall career or overall understanding about data analytics. So these two things, because I don't think so Udemy cost a lot. It takes around 300 or 500 rupees per course when you try to get it in discount. So understanding it from a mentor and then applying it on yourself, or understanding in depth in Udemy about that specific topic, and then going back and getting your doubts solved. So that would be a better combo of both, using the courses and the mentors also.
So, Aditya sir, in your opinion, what matters the most? The degree matters or skill matters in data analyst or data science job role?
So I would say skill matters the most. Degree is just your entry level ticket, or I would say key degree. Even if I've got a friend of mine who is now who was a 12th pass, but he's retiring as a VP now in a company, in a tech company. Also, we have got some colleagues who are completed their degree in BCom and now working into data analytics. But the major thing over here, which I want to highlight, is definitely your skills talk more. And in a single interview, the interviewer would understand how much the knowledge you have regarding the domain, or how much you understand, that would matter the most.
Yeah,
But yes, again, to counter this question, some big giants, the top five companies, or I would say Microsoft or SAP, Google, AWS, also they require master's degree as a entry level. So that is also there. But with your experience and with your certifications, I think so you should be able to move ahead, or dream of getting into the fine companies as well.
yes, yes. So, sir, what are the top five soft skills that are required for the data analyst or data science job role that will be a priority?
Communication is the most important thing which a data analyst should have. Again, storytelling. The major part over here is about understanding the data and their key areas, or where the customer is facing some issues. Now, from what experience I had from clients, I've seen clients moving from Excel to Power BI. I've seen clients moving from different Click to Power BI. So I've seen moving from switching from multiple technologies or multiple tools, I would say. So if a client is moving from Excel to Power BI, he would have that limited knowledge about Excel, and he would want his reports to be looking like Excel. But it's upon you how you showcase those reports. How do you want the client to understand you, or change his way of looking towards the reports? So that is the main key area, or understanding where he is lacking, or what are his key problems. So understanding them and delivering them is the major part over here, and a major thing which person or a data analyst should have.
Yes, yes. Aditya sir, my next question is that what tools, techniques, or subjects should students focus on to build a strong foundation in this field?
So to start with your SQL should be very strong. Your SQL is the core. Your any tool you go ahead with, you go ahead with Tableau. Any tool you learn, you understand the logic, you understand the schemas, you understand how measures are built, you understand how to clean the data. That is more than enough. I always say, any one SQL is very important, any front end tool is important, and any ETL tool is important. So when I talk about ETL, you can also learn Informatica, you can understand Data Factory, you can understand AWS Glue, you can understand Google BigQuery. That does not make any difference. It is just that you know how ETL works, you understand what is the process. Understanding a tool may not take much more time from switching to tools. So that is a major thing which should be taken care of. So you need to be strong in these core areas. Baki these are different tools. We will by time understand how to use.
So, sir, as per your experience, what is the time to apply the job in Indian market? Is there any specific months or is there any recession month in India?
I know after April, after the salary hikes, I would say April, May, June. After you get your increment later, there are a lot of jumps happening around and lot of switches happening around. But for freshers, it's always every time is a great time to apply. You should be applying for May in any season. So for freshers, it's a different story. For experience also, I would say after May, June or something in that period, that would be a sweet.
Yes, yes. So, sir, you are from Pune, Maharashtra, India. So, I have one question that many of the students from all over the corner of India, they are come to Pune to do the job because there are many tech companies, IT companies. So, what things they keep into mind while choosing the Pune as a city or choosing the company in the Pune?
So Pune as a city is very beautiful. The weather is very beautiful as of now. Also, the city is very good. The city is very welcoming. Talking about the tech part and coming to Pune part, you get the best of both worlds over here. You have got a good family place. You don't. There is much more security, as you know, from different perspectives and than different cities in India. The traffic is still manageable, I would say, better than Bangalore. You have got areas, we have got tech areas different. So definitely Pune is a very much better city. You have got different type of courses, colleges, everything available at your fingertips, if I would say that. That is also very added plus point given by Pune city. So yes, Pune city is overall a good city to come into. And tech also, we have got good offices over here. We have got Amazon, we have got Google now. Microsoft has taken over a big space now in Pune, and they're building their center over here. So we have got all these giants over here. We have got good huge companies. So overall, Pune's development is.
Yes, yes. So, sir, while freshers going for the interview, they have one question through the HR. That is, what is your salary expectation for this specific job role? Okay, so at this question, the fresher get confused because they don't have any experience regarding the salary, or they don't have any resources to judge their salary, how they can tell their salary. So, what the things you will tell to the any fresher they should keep in the mind to answer this question to HR?
So to understand that, we need to understand the job role which they have hired initially, the company in which they are going. If they are going for any bigger companies, so there are many companies are into analytics, like analytics, sellable technologies, and many of them are there. So if you are going for a bigger company, you need to check the compensation which they are providing. There are many websites. Larger is there where you understand the salary range for a certain profile. So you can go and check out over there and just take a guess or take an average of that, and you just can ask for that.
Yeah.
But usually salaries are fixed for freshers in each company wherever you go. So that is a rare scenario where you get to negotiate with the company for salary.
Yes. So, sir, what is the one mistake you have done in your professional life, and what did you learn from that mistake?
So in the professional life, actually, I had left InfraBeat as an SAP web developer back then. So I think so that was a mistake because I had different plans for myself and for my career. But COVID gave me a break. At that time, I wasn't sure if I should be leaving that job. But yes, I left InfraBeat as a SAP web developer, and later on, because of COVID, I had to stay back, and from that, what I learned is whatever happens is for good. As you know, it's all well if it ends well. So I started learning about data analytics. I started learning about different things into lockdown, and then entered the job market immediately after the lockdown had you. So that is a scenario, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but yes, that was something it happened with me. Nothing to be great of as well.
Yes, yes. So, Aditya sir, my last question of this podcast is that what general advice would you give to the students or the aspiring data profession to build a successful career in data field?
I think so. I would be repeating this again and again, but that is very important. You need to be understanding your core skills in depth. You need to understand the surroundings in depth. By surroundings, I mean how a company business works, because that is the major area where you have to take care about analytics. How a sales cycle is working. It's simple. You understand it using your day-to-day scenarios. You go to a grocery shop. Who is telling you that? But what is the difference? How are the logistics are happening? How the cycle is working, how everything you need to understand. You need to understand in depth about the businesses. You need to understand in depth about the surrounding technologies used for businesses. I would say Salesforce is there, ServiceNow is there, some big tools or some small tools are also available for that. So you need to understand these tools as well. How are these working? So why this is necessary? This is necessary because you have to deliver a complete cycle to the customer. It is, if you're providing a sales analysis report, you need to understand the sales in depth, and also the procurement, or let's say it's a procurement company, then procurement, you need to understand their businesses in depth. You also need to understand the integrations, because you should be able to deliver it single-handedly. That is what my mentor has taught me. You have to be a one-man army for delivering everything. If this consultant is hired, you don't need to think about anything else. So that is what you should focus on building on yourself, from starting to requirement gathering to delivering. Should be end to end your process from ETL and everything. Definitely in bigger companies that won't be the scenario, because the data would be used, and now even we are segregating those departments for ETL, for HTL, and for Power BI too. But I've seen students or employees who are only focused on their path. But you need to also understand these counterparts, because those are equally important for your journey. So yes, giving a overall understanding about the systems would be very much helpful and beneficial in the future.
Yes, Aditya sir. It's really great talking with you. You have shared the valuable knowledge or all the insight about the data field and for the students and aspirants. Thank you so much for that question.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chaitanya, for having me.
I hope you like this podcast. Please let me know in the comment which guests you would like to see on the podcast and any specific topics you would like us to discuss with them. I will try to bring those guests and ask your questions, so you will get more helpful information. Before you go, share this episode with someone. It might really help, because one conversation can change person's life and give them idea and new direction. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you in next video.